So we welcome all of you for this webinar. So what we are going to discuss today is about the Yoga Foundation course, which we are planning to start in a week's time. So this session will act as eye opener, and also we'll be discussing many things like what is our intention, what is the focus we keep when we teach anything from My Bharat, My Culture. So those who are new, this My Bharat, My Culture, we started this keeping an aim to spread the knowledge, because these days we feel it is not food or money or anything which needs to be donated, knowledge which needs to be donated. If you want to remove suffering from the world, from the society, from every individual being, it is a knowledge. When you have more knowledge, then definitely the suffering comes down. So I'll share the PPT. So those who are new to this session, you can join our WhatsApp group if you're not there. Already many people are there in the Yoga Foundation WhatsApp group. Please note that this WhatsApp group is temporary. We don't want to junk messages, or we don't want to promote anything, other courses or something. So we will keep only setting that admin can only send the message. So whichever the foundation course group you are there, that group will be there till the end of the course. Once the course is over, that group will be dissolved. So if you are there and not there in our main group, kindly join. Our main WhatsApp group name is My Bharat, My Culture. It will be 1 or 2. You can be in either one of the groups. If you don't have, you can just please mail us mbmc.india@gmail.com. We will add you to our WhatsApp group. Or we have already sent the link also through which you can join. And we have some YouTube videos in our YouTube channel, My Bharat, My Culture, where you can go through. It is all related to spirituality, philosophy, life. It's all practical thing. It's not like just namesake from the book. It will be more relevant. So if you want, you can access that. Now coming back to the topic. Now I want to make this session more interactive. So let's see, like we are discussing. I don't want to give a lecture or something, pre-prepared something and want to convey that. So we will discuss what is the practical prevailing at present, because most of us are yoga teachers. Now the first question is, if somebody comes and asks you what is yoga, a layperson, can anyone tell me? Most of us are yoga teachers. What is yoga? You have to start from there only, right? What is this yoga? Somebody asks, what will you say? Tell whatever you want. Nothing. There is no right or wrong answer. What you feel? What is yoga?
It's like union between the individual soul and the supreme soul.
Fantastic, right? That's a fantastic definition. Superb, ma'am. So yoga is union between individual soul and universal soul. We don't know what is individual soul. We don't know what is universal soul. That is secondary. But this is definition. Is it yoga means asana? Anybody says yoga is asana? We don't say
No.
yoga as asana. Yes. Somebody wants to say? We don't say pranayama, yoga as pranayama. Asana can be yoga, but yoga cannot be asana. Pranayama can be yoga, but yoga cannot be pranayama. We know this clearly, since most of us yoga teachers. If you are a yoga seeker also, maybe you may be thinking asana and pranayama means yoga. Because when you say, I'm going to yoga class, what is taught in the class is only asana and pranayama. But when we ask the classical definition, you say it is a union between Jivatma and Paramatma. So we need to ask the question, are we training ourselves and the people about the ultimate aim of yoga, which is Jivatma Paramatma, which we'll see little later. We'll progress from where we are, then we will try to travel there. So there is something deeper science, something more transformative is there in yoga, which we are not at all focusing, because now anybody can become a yoga teacher. See, for example, this YCB, Yoga Certification Board, is a fantastic tool given by the government. What is the purpose of YCB? Somebody is know all the asana, pranayama, yoga, spirituality, everything, but maybe like they are in the middle age or old, they cross their prime and they want to get the certificate. So I don't want to go to college, or I cannot go to college or university to get a certificate. So government thought, Okay, you have the knowledge. Now you appear for an exam. We will give you a certificate, which is a central government certified exams will be conducted. They will give you a certificate. Now, the purpose of YCB is to transfer your knowledge and get a certificate. Is this true? It's a good, very good step. Now tell me how it is used now. Now it is used like coaching center. They say YCB coaching for what? Have you seen the syllabus? YCB, fantastic syllabus. You go to level 1 to read level 1. It will take 1 year. Only level 1. I'm not talking about level 3 where people mostly appear for it. Few fantastic headings. It contains lot of text, lot of practical, lot of theory, lot of philosophy. But in the name of coaching center, what we are doing is we want to serve the customer. And the customer wants only certificate. The customer may want certificate. They are kids, like all of us are kids. Somebody may come in the form of certificate and we want to cater to that. What we are not doing is really teaching the knowledge of yoga. That means this union. This is what yoga. When you start teaching just for namesake something in the syllabus and start teaching some 20, 30 asanas or 50 asanas, this is not going to help. And we also, many people want certificate. Simply they go for 3 month certification and get the certificate. Tell me, after getting certificate, are you going to become a yoga teacher? You are going to become an asana teacher. Correct? So this is not going to transform. You going to a gym, you going to an asana, pranayama session in a yoga, there is no big difference. Of course, we are going to see that also. So what is yoga? Is it asana? Is it pranayama? Is it everything? It is everything. It is including asana, including pranayama. But this forms a very small part of it. But there is a spiritual dimension to it. If you don't touch the spiritual dimension by doing asana and pranayama, better we can leave and go for swimming. We can go for walking. We can go for jogging. Because what benefit you get, the health benefits through asana, you can get in so many other ways. When we say union, this is the classical definition. Now the question comes is, what does this union means? We say Jivatma, Paramatma. This is not under our experience. We need to accept the truth. None of us have the experience of this Jivatma or the soul. None of us have the experience of this Paramatma, the universal consciousness or soul. Or soul. Though it may be true, it is a union. You may be asking yourself, what is this union? How to unite with that? If I do not know what is this individual soul, how to get united with that universal soul? Which is only just namesake. I can talk about the definition, I can say the definition, but how to follow this in my life, that I don't have any clue. So how this asana and pranayama help me to get this into the union? This is very important. There is a word called self-realization, mukti, moksha. There is a way you can do it from asana, pranayama. You can attain that. But that is not generally taught in most of the teacher training courses. If you take, for example, a jnana yogi, that means what? A yogi who always seek knowledge, who may read a lot of scriptures, Vedas, Upanishads, and oriented towards spirituality. And there is a bhakti yogi, who is always devoted to God. He always sings songs, praise of God. He always surrendered to God. And there is a karma yogi, who lives life for others. It's a selfless service. Selfless service means it is not without expecting anything. Self is less. What about me? What about me? The question becomes so less. You will think about what about the world? What about the society? When you start thinking more about the outside, my society, the entire humanity, when you start thinking less about you, then we can call you as a karma yogi. For karma yogi, action is the only thing. He will try to serve others. For a bhakti yogi, he will try to serve God. For a jnana yogi, he will try to serve his intellect. In all these three, he keeps himself less. Now tell me, have you ever heard these people doing asana pranayama? Especially we take bhakti yogi. We know we have a lot of great people, great bhaktas. Have they practiced asana pranayama? Now this session, I'm talking more about it. This doesn't mean like there is no importance to asana and pranayama. I'm not against it. Why I'm stressing more is we are giving too much importance to asana and pranayama, but not to yoga. That's my deeper concern, which I have for a long time. I'm just expressing here. So please don't think I'm against asana pranayama, which we'll be covering that also, how important the asana pranayama is. Now, for these three people, you don't need to do, they will not do normally asana pranayama. Now, why? We'll take Sankhya philosophy, which is a big brother of yoga philosophy. If you want to give credit to yoga philosophy, you need to give more credit to Sankhya philosophy, because yoga is borrowed from Sankhya. Many important concepts. What Sankhya says is, it says, if you understand this creation and the creator, if you get all the knowledge, then all your problem will be solved. Is this true? No, my problem will not be solved. Now I will tell you by knowledge how your problem got solved. When you are a kid, you are crying for chocolate. When you are a kid, you are crying for toys. Now we all grown up. Are you still crying for toys? Are you still crying for chocolate or ice cream? No. Now how you got transformed? The same person. You are not a different person. The same person, after many years, now you are not crying. Now what made the difference is you got a lot of knowledge. We all grew up. We have a lot of knowledge we gained about the society, about life, about spirituality. Now we will not cry. I will not cry about the toy car, but now I will cry about the car, the real car. The object shifts, but it is a fact we need to accept. We are not crying for small things, what a kid cries, but I cry for something bigger. At least this maturity has come. That's why the shift happened. This is possible because of the knowledge we gained about life. Now we'll be wondering how yogis just sitting in Himalayas. There are Nagasadhus, great beings. They are away from people and they are doing sadhana because inside them they have got this knowledge. All this materialistic world are very small. There is unlimited knowledge which need to be gained. So people who are intense in jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, they will not look towards asana pranayama because for them the goal is fixed. For them, the destination is fixed. They want mukti, moksha, the final destination. They are so intense. For them, it is not required. And you will not find them doing asana pranayama. Because the mind is always or already centered into that ultimate knowledge or self-realization. When my mind is totally focused on that, when my mind feels my destination of my life is only mukti, then your travel is already started. You don't need to worry about asana pranayama. You can simply start doing. But make sure you have this intensity. Can you dedicate your life totally on jnana yoga, bhakti yoga, karma yoga, and any other yoga? Then you can keep asana pranayama to a little lower level. But how to get the real knowledge? The knowledge about the creation, creator, and myself, the soul, Purusha, Jivatma, Paramatma, whatever terms, the consciousness when you say. Now the purpose is, how will I get the knowledge? I will come to know the truth, or I will get the knowledge of truth if I know what I do not know. This is applicable to materialistic life also, right? If I know what I do not know, that means I am equipped better than others. In spirituality, how to do it? Can I spend my whole life reading texts? All the scriptures, if I read, will I come to know what I do not know? No, it is not through the mind. Remember, even if you read all the books in this earth, still you will not know what you do not know. There are other dimensions which is beyond our mind. If you come out of your mind, keep your mind away from you, then there is a possibility. This is what happens. You are preparing your body, mind and energy by doing asana pranayama. Now this may look unscientific. This may look like imagination. How to keep my mind away from me? Mind is me. Check yourself. Body is yours. Are you the body or the body is yours? Body is yours, no doubt. It's your gadget. But you are not the body because you are beyond the body. Are you the mind? No, mind belongs to you, but you are beyond the mind. Mind is a vehicle, body is a vehicle. I am the traveler inside the body and mind. When this traveler dies, this soul leaves the body, my vehicle becomes useless. So I am beyond the body, I am beyond the mind. When you touch the dimension beyond the body, beyond the mind, then there is something infinite or unlimited which we can grasp it. So the purpose of yoga is to get that stage. But most of us cannot even exercise the body and mind. So we need to cross this asana, pranayama, everything. So when we ask a question, are we really yoga teachers? No, we are all asana teachers. I'm not telling everyone, most of the people, right? Most of us are asana teachers. Why? People are interested to teach asana. And naturally, people are interested to teach. If they learn little, they want to teach. It's a fantastic intention. Your intention is very good, provided you equip yourself. But we end up in teaching only asana and a little pranayama, even in that, not following many things. Hariom, somebody is unmuted. Can you please mute yourself, whomever? Thank you. So we need to ask the question, am I the asana teacher? Am I a yoga teacher? If you are a yoga teacher, are we talking about this union? Am I spending some time to understand the union? Am I transforming that in the words and discussing with the union? If you talk simply about union, Jivatma, Paramatma, people go for sleep, right? That's also a big challenge. But we need to find a way to do it. So the ultimate focus, even if you do asana pranayama, the ultimate focus is self-realization or mukti. Now it is like this. You want to go to a temple. Let's say this is like a kind of Himalayas, very big mountain, and the top of the mountain you have a temple. You need to go. That is your goal. And you started traveling. It may take a month to reach. Now you start traveling. Now tell me which is more important. If I want to travel, I need to keep my body and mind healthy. That is more important, right? If I don't have the healthy body and mind, I cannot travel. So for that sake, asana and pranayama are very, very important because that keeps your body to your best. Remember, one backache, one headache, one toothache, one stomachache, or whatever little ailment will help us to deviate from the path. If little fever comes, just 2 degrees more, it's very difficult, right? Too much pain. So why the asana pranayama is very important is it will keep your health of body and mind. That is the first thing. What is the second thing? You should always have the destination as this temple in the mind. That means you should have your ultimate goal. Your mind should be kept on the ultimate goal. And your process, whatever you're following, should be towards spiritual. And both are possible if you have a healthy body and mind. Now, for example, I am having healthy body and mind. I am doing asana, pranayama. I am doing everything, going for walking, swimming, everything. I have a healthy body and mind, but I don't have spiritual inclination. Will it be useful to me? No, right? I may have healthy body and mind. I will be misusing my body and mind in other ways. I will not go spiritual. So my destination will not be mukti. Useless. Having a good health. Second thing is, I have intention to go to the temple. My destination is mukti, moksha, whatever it is, the ultimate self-realization. Now, if I don't have a healthy body, that's a problem only. But remember, if you have a normal health, you can reach self-realization. You can walk towards it. You don't need to be a 6-pack, 8-pack, or whatever pack, right? If you have a healthy body, a relatively healthy mind, you can still keep on traveling. It is like this. Somebody is developed a very strong body. Okay. He wanted to go to the temple and, because climbing the mountain, he developed a very strong body. And he kept his mind like, I want to go to the temple. Now other person, he came and saw this guy. Oh, such a fantastic bodybuilder. Then he asked, what is that you did? He said, I'm doing asana, pranayama, everything every day. And I have some purpose in my life. That's why I kept it. This guy followed his words. He started doing asana, pranayama. Okay, but his goal is not like him. Now tell me, two people have healthy body and mind. One person moves towards spirituality. Other person, what he will do? He will not do anything. Remember, he will not use it for spiritual dimension. That's why these techniques are taught in those days after many years of karma yoga under a guru. You have to serve under a guru to get simple initiation. One small process has to be initiated by a guru after he comes to know about your nature. A guru will teach asana, pranayama or anything after understanding you are the right person, you will do good to the society, he will see all those things. If you are a different kind of person, he will not teach. But what we are doing today is just we are teaching everything without giving a drop of spirituality. It's good to teach everything, but put a drop of spirituality, that would be better. So what we are doing in our program also is whenever, it's not only our foundation course, if we take our Yoga Sutra class or any other program, we always give or keep in mind that your destination is something different. It is not the materialistic thing. Of course, you will get all the materialistic success provided you keep your eye on the final destination of self-realization. Now, if somebody is so intense, like we talked, somebody is bhakti yogi or a jnana yogi, if you are so intense, you can skip all the thing. You can just sit in meditation. But most of us cannot sit for meditation. When I sit for meditation, what will come? Either sleep will come or I'll get into hallucination. Very nice imagination. Maybe nice or horrible. So on this context, yes, asana and pranayama is very much required. You can see a lot of properties of dhyana, meditation in asana. That means focusing on the step, focusing on the breath, many things. If you start doing asana from that spiritual point of view, then the simple asana can take you to a much bigger heights, apart from health and other things. So these are the basic foundational practices which will help my body and mind to be more healthy so that I proceed further. So on a normal context, for a beginner, yes, you can teach a lot of asana, pranayama, but please spend at least 10% of time. If you are teaching 1 hour yoga, can we spend 5 to 10 minutes to tell something about philosophy, something about life? Because when I get matured more, when I get understand more, then that will inspire me to do better asana and pranayama. Have you listened to Guru Satsang? All great gurus are there now. Many people, when you listen to them, you'll be feeling like, oh my God, what a kind of knowledge. I've never thought this dimension. Now I want to do something. So you can inspire that 5-10 minutes talking about what real yoga is. So everyone teaches asana and pranayama for health, but very few talk about the real destiny. That is the meaning of yoga. When you don't make people to understand what is the real destination, of course, if you talk about mukti, moksha, they may ask, what is the proof? We can also give many things. But this is something like attaining the biggest possible height in our human being. You take any master of any religion, they always say this, self-realization is always there. So when all the masters said it cannot be wrong, maybe we may not understand today, but that's the destination. You may ask, what about Hatha Yoga text? Because if you take Hatha Yoga Pratipika, for example, it talks about asana, pranayama, mudra, bandhas. The whole slokas goes towards it. And it also talks, what is the first, I think 16th or 17th sloka of Hatha Yoga Pratipika says, talks about 10 yamas and 10 niyamas. That means 10 social ethics and 10 personal ethics. Before getting into asana, you have to follow all these social and personal ethics. We never teach, right? Most of the teachers, we don't touch that. We need to follow as much as possible, and we also need to spread this message to people, so they also need to follow. If social and personal ethics are not there, if I equip myself in the body and mind, I will not do good to the society. So in Hatha Yoga Pratipika, the shlokas clearly says the purpose of Hatha Yoga is to get into Raja Yoga. What is Raja Yoga? Raja Yoga is about mind. Raja means king. So who is king in our body? Mind. That means the purpose of Hatha Yoga, the purpose of asana, pranayama, mudra, bandhas is to get into the ultimate knowledge of mind and going beyond mind, which is Raja Yoga. If you want to get into Raja Yoga, you need to meditate. Now, if I want to do meditation, can I sit for 1 or 2 hours? Very difficult. My body will not cooperate. For that, I need to do asana, pranayama. If I sit, even my body cooperate, what will happen to my mind? My mind will go in 100 direction. For that, I need to do asana, pranayama. So the purpose of asana and pranayama is to get into Raja Yoga, or to understand life, what is beyond birth and death and all those things. Now, let's understand the basic things about asana and exercise. Can anyone tell me there are 3 or 4 big differences? Can you tell me what is the difference between asana and exercise? Just one point, whichever comes to your mind.
Sir, if you do the...
Yes, madam?
If you do the asana, you get energy. Mind should be calm. If you do the physical exercise, your energy should be lost.
Mm-hmm. So energy I'll get more in asana. So in exercise I'll be spending. Okay. Something more?
Sir, your body will be in one.
Consciously aware of your activities, sir.
So awareness. So we'll underline the word awareness. Somebody else?
Yeah,
Sir,
yoga is
Asana.
Holding the posture, come steady and comfortness and holding the posture.
Okay, what the benefit? Okay, holding the posture.
Exercise work.
yeah, yoga is more focus on breathing, whereas
Focus
in
on
gym
breathing.
and other exercises, there's no focus on breathing.
Fantastic. Focus on breathing. Now I'll put all the points here. Now see, asanas, this is one big point is asanas to be done slowly. Now, can you tell me why asana should be performed slowly? In what way performing asana slowly gets me into yoga? Now we have seen what is yoga. What is yoga? We need to get into self-realization, go beyond mind. Now we need to ask question, in what way when you perform an asana slowly help me? Or in what way this awareness help me? We talked about awareness. What way? What is this awareness?
Thoughts will be minimized, sir.
Yes. So we'll come to that. So what is the role of breath integration? I'm integrating breath. By integrating breath, what way? It helps me. Or people say like we are balancing your sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. Now, what way balancing this SNS and PSNS helps me? Can anyone tell me what is a connection of yoga? Because we say yoga means union and to this. So first is union means I need to merge with something else. If I merge myself with the entire cosmos, I can call this union. Before getting in, merging into this, I need to merge with somebody near me. If I have too much attachment or hatred, Hari Om, I request all of you, please, if you unmute yourself, that'll be better. Okay. If I treat a person next to me as my enemy, can the union happen with the God? It cannot happen. So first I should know how to mingle with people or how to accept people inside me. If I want to accept people inside me, what is stopping inside me is my mind. Now, we'll do like this. Now, if I slowly do asana, what happens? If I start doing slowly my asanas, my focus is there on the moving. My mind starts following the change of the position of the body. Whatever I change the position, if I move my hand or leg or anything, if I do it very slowly, my mind will start following. Now the focus comes there. This is dharana, the property of dhyana. If I start doing this, I am training my mind to follow my instruction. See, you can do asana, think about your office. It's very easy, right? Already it's happening to all of us. When you start doing asana, you will think about yesterday, you will worry about tomorrow. It comes to all of us. So this is very much possible and very easy, but not thinking about other thing, just follow your action. Whatever your body does, just follow. If you're lifting your hand, just keep your mind, I am lifting my hand, I am touching my feet. This is what we call as awareness. Awareness means be aware of what you do. When you're doing something, your mind should be absolutely here. This is the reason for the breath integration also. If I integrate my breath, for example, if I do Surya Namaskar, my mind should not fly outside. I should follow, my mind should follow my breath, when I should inhale, when I should exhale. Now, all these things is training my mind. I'm training my mind and taking under my control. If your mind is not under your control, which is like the master controller is not under my control, then whatever I'm going to do is not going to happen. I am not that kind of bhakti yogi or karma yogi. I just keep my mind away and started doing my work, right? That's not possible for us. We are all normal grahasthas, family people. So what I can do, if I spend even 30 minutes or 1 hour, the asana pranayama, keep my whole attention here. And most of us, the sympathetic nervous system only function. That means action, action, action. We know what is action. We don't know what is inaction. That means what is rest. So in yoga, like for example, in asana, if you lie down in shavasana or if you get into yoga nidra, you start relaxing a lot. Your parasympathetic nervous system is activated, which is not possible in exercise. So in exercise means you can unconsciously do anything. You can lift the weight, you can walk, you can do anything by having an earphone on your head, and you can do the entire thing. But that is not the case here. That's why we call this awareness. We all are great masters in doing multitasking, but doing single task is very difficult. You can watch TV, you can talk to our cell phone, you can do some other work. Now, can you try? You do only one action. Just try this today. After this, if you go for dinner today, just take the plate, don't talk, say your prayer. Now, eat very slowly. Try to munch for 30 or 40 times. Close your eyes and try to enjoy. This is very, very, very difficult. Just eating like this and thinking about something and talking to somebody is very easy, but eating alone, doing only eating with full involvement is very difficult. Now tell me why a simple process of eating is very difficult, because my mind is not under my control. When you do asana, you are controlling your mind through the body. In exercise, you are not controlling your mind. That's why people get heart attack when you go to gym also. But in yoga, the possibility is very, very less. Why? Because we are relaxing. Parasympathetic also. We always start with the prayer. We always give shavasana in between. We always finish with either meditation or yoga nidra or just simple conscious breathing or pranayama, which all activates your parasympathetic nervous system. So if you practice for 30 minutes, at least 5 to 10 minutes, you are relaxing. You are activating your parasympathetic nervous system. It is not the case in exercise. Exercise anybody can do unconsciously. Yoga or asana, not anyone can do. It needs a lot of conscious effort. Now, how should we practice asana? What sequence should I follow? Can I start with a standing posture, or can I start with inversion? I will start with Shirasasana. There is no logic to start with Shirasasana. So we are going to cover all these things. Which plane should follow? Why we are saying this plane first and next first? For example, standing, next is lying, next is seated. You have a series or sequence what we need to follow. So ultimately, when you follow your breath, number of breath per minute comes down. When you follow your mind, when you start doing slowly, remember when you start doing fast asanas, your breath increases, right? If you start doing asana slowly, your breath will come down. Agitation will come down. So yoga means, what is as per Sage Patanjali, Yoga Sutras? It means controlling the activities of your mind. If you want to control your mind, you need to control your breath. So yoga means controlling the mind. At least in asana, if you keep your mind here, you are controlling your mind on this asana. That's why we say Ujjayi Pranayama. We can do Ujjayi Pranayama in the asana, because when you do Ujjayi Pranayama, you are extending the asana. Suppose I want to lift my hand up. I can simply lift my hand up. If you start Ujjayi Pranayama, it will take 6 to 7 or 8 seconds to lift my hand. Slowly inhale and raise your hand and bend forward and slowly touch your feet. If you start doing with pranayama, very slowly you are doing. When you do the action very slowly, when body becomes slow, your mind also becomes slow. Naturally, when body becomes slow, the breath will become slow, by which the mind also becomes slow. So Ujjayi Pranayama is a very good technique we need to follow, and we should know where to give rest and counter poses. Counter poses selection is not a big deal. When we cover this in our foundation course, you will come to know it's very easy. But somebody has not told, it's very difficult. There are simple rules. For example, people do Matsyasana. When you want to do Sarvangasana, they will do Matsyasana as a counter pose. Now we will say like it's not advisable. It's not that you should not do, but that's not a best counter pose. There are rules. Your counter pose should be as simple as possible. It should be in the opposite direction. There are many things. If you do a tougher pose for a simple pose, suppose the posture is a simple posture, and if you do, for example, Paschimottanasana, if you do Paschimottanasana, the forward bend, what is the counter pose? Can you do Purvattanasana? Very difficult. A Chatushpadapidam, if you go do, it's very difficult. You should not keep a counter pose a difficult pose. It should be a simple posture. Similarly, you should know where to give the rest. There are dynamic and static postures. Static posture means, for example, inversion. If somebody is doing Sarvangasana or Shirsasana, that is called static posture. You should not do more than once. Static means you have to go there, stay there. You have to stay and come back. You should not do the second time. If you do dynamic posture, then you can do many number of times. So there are many postures can be done dynamic, can be done static. So we are going to cover all those things and the classification of asanas on different planes, how the asanas are classified. The most important thing is, what is this form and function? There is something called form. That means if I do Padahastasana, the forward bending is the form. That means my abdomen should compress and I should try to touch my feet. This is the function. The form is like this, forward bend. Now, the form can be varied, but function should not be varied. I can keep a stool and touch the stool. Suppose I have a problem on my back, I can touch the stool. By touching the stool, I'm varying the form. Is it function varying? No, function is there, same. So we are going to cover all those aspects so that scientifically you can design the yoga practice. Now, the purpose of pranayama. When we say pranayama, in what way it helps me in yoga? We cannot control our mind through our mind. Not possible. If you can control, please try to control from today onwards through your mind. Give your instruction. Tomorrow morning, I need to wake up at 5. Next day morning, when you wake up at 5, your mind will cry. Please, another 10 minutes, give me extension. I will start from tomorrow onwards. Today, let me not follow. So the purpose of pranayama is breath. Who is a close friend of mind? Breath is a close friend of mind. If you control the breath, the mind will naturally come to its control. How it helps me in yoga? If I don't control my mind, I cannot do anything. Again, if I sit for meditation, my mind will go to all other places. So when you do pranayama, you are reducing the agitation of the mind. When you do it as a practice every day, one day if you sit for meditation, your mind will be with you. If whatever you say, the mind will follow. Even to get success in the materialistic world, mind has to be controlled, right? See, somebody want to become a businessman. What you will do? You will work 24/7. You will not worry about a family. You will not worry about eating at right time. You will do many things. Why? Because your intensity is so strong. Your mind is so controlled. Whenever you say to one direction, mind goes behind it. So even if you want to get success in the materialistic world, yes, asana pranayama is very much required. And of course, we don't keep that as a destination. For spirituality, we will do, but those are side effects. Getting successful in my materialistic world is only a side benefit. So what should I learn? People start teaching, pranayama in the first class. Now, can you please tell me which text suggests you to teach pranayama in the first class? Suppose somebody is coming, you are a yoga teacher, you are giving a pranayama. Which text tell you to teach a pranayama to a beginner? At least you should have 2-3 months practice. If somebody don't practice for 2-3 months asana, then you can try giving him pranayama. Even in that case, you should give only Nadi Shodhana and Brahmari pranayama. Even you go by Hatayava Pratipika, which says Nadi Shodhana is a preliminary practice. Nadi Shodhana. This practice will cleanse your nadis and chakras. Only after cleansing, you need to practice all other pranayama. Yoga Sutras clearly says, unless until you gain mastery over asana, you should not practice pranayama. But these days, majority people don't follow. The first day itself, they will give Kapalapati, Bhastrika and all those things, which we are going to discuss in detail. And we are going to create a cautious, sensible people through this course so that people are aware about the consequence. Even if you go and try a research paper, there are many people are getting admitted by doing wrong yoga. The asanas and pranayama, simply they keep on doing without any control. They end up getting more problems to the body and mind than the benefit. So as yoga teachers, we are all responsible for it. The other beautiful thing is like about stress or hypertension. When I finished my teacher training course, I got into our ashram where we teach yoga therapy for teachers. So I thought I did a 2 years teacher training course, then I'll be doing everything, right? So what big deal is there in therapy? Then our Swamiji said like you should not do any of the asanas which you learned for hypertension. I was totally surprised. The ego came down because when we learn something, we'll always think we know. If somebody is having stress, especially hypertension or heart problems, then you should not give most of the asanas. Why we have kept this as part of the syllabus is, if somebody has this kind of problem, whatever you teach, you are going to spoil them. You are not going to help them. Let them have diabetes, asthma, no problem. But somebody has hypertension, the high blood pressure or too much stress. If we give any yoga practice, it is going to worsen their health. So we are going to touch about stress, about hypertension, what to be followed, what not to be followed. And next thing is, there is a session, kind of overview on anatomy and physiology, because you can see the whole spirituality in our body. If you start traveling and understand the function of any of the organ. You will be wondering, who is the master who created this body? What kind of program is running here? How my lungs function? How my heart function? Who is giving the command? If you go through that, there is a whole spiritual dimension there. So we are also touching the anatomy, physiology. Don't worry, we are not teachers from biology, and we'll be teaching whatever is required and whatever we know also related to yoga. So somebody who learns and want to become a teacher, he should know at least where the lung is, where the kidney is, where the heart is, what is pancreas, what is the connection between that and diabetes. If they don't know simple thing, then there is no use of teaching asana. If you know that major function of the organ, you will know which asana to give for whatever be the problem. So we'll be connecting anatomy, physiology with the asana, pranayama, so that you will develop a common sense of what to give, what not to give. And though we talked about more about or less about asanas, we are giving here demonstration and the instruction for 81 asana practices, which we have taken comparatively easier practice, not so difficult. So the 81 practice, asana practice completely comes with the demonstration and around 10 to 12 pranayamas. We are not teaching Shirasasana or anything. And pranayamas we teach with a lot of caution so that you give only to people who deserve or who progress, not from the day one. Because we want to keep a tag. And most of the people, they come to the first class, they say, please give me meditation. Right? That's what you'll be also knowing. I want to learn meditation because my office, I have too much stress. They said to go to yoga class. They may ask, you don't need to give. So how to give meditation without actually giving meditation also, we are going to see in the end. Now there is an advanced session. Once we complete the basic 7 modules, there is a next 5 modules. In that module, we are going to focus about modification. Now what modification is means how to little vary the asana, give variation in the asana so that people can be comfortable. See, I suppose I am 100 kg. I cannot touch my feet. If you ask me to do Padahastasana, what should I do? If you ask me to do press, try to touch the ground or touch the feet, I will get only backache. So there is something called simplification. If I simplify the asana, I will do to my comfort. But nowhere you should stretch or pressure yourself because Stiram Sukham Asanam. Your asana should be comfortable and steady. If you start shivering, you can't stand in Sarvangasana, your body is shaking, then please avoid it. Better not to do it. So the purpose of modification is to make it little easier so that people do whatever to their capacity. See, your capacity may be different. Somebody's capacity is different. When somebody don't have the capacity, you need to give some modification. And why we need to modify? Because they cannot do. Modification doesn't mean changing the asana. Remember, make it little easier. And this is required. Somebody is suffering from some problem also. Somebody has some pain in the hand, pain in the leg. How to simplify it? There is, under modification, there are 2 important things. One is called simplification, other is called intensification. You can intensify the asana. For example, just stand in a kind of a small stool. Okay. Now you try to touch the ground. Do Padahastasana standing in the ground. That's easy. Now stand in a small tool, just 4-inch height. Now lift your hand, try to touch the ground. This is called intensification because touching the ground standing in a stool is not easy. We are not teaching that intensification because we feel intensification means you are stretching more, which is not required. Asana means asana. Intensification means you are making more to that asana, which is not required. Remember, after learning all the asana, what is it you are going to do? Every text says meditation is your final posture. When you learn all the asana, practice everything, ultimately you are going to sit in Padmasana, Siddhasana, Siddhayoniyasana or any meditative posture. Meditation is the final destination. So even if you practice like in circus, they do everything like that. If you practice, it's of no use if you don't sit for meditation. So we focus this simplification, keeping in mind the goal is to reach meditation. And there is a big subject called course planning or sequencing. See, for example, this is a props used here. We don't support props because the moment you are using prop, what it means? Your body is not ready, but you are trying to pull it, right? There are now hanging, like, they put a rope, hanging yoga. I don't know which text all these yogas are there. Power yoga, powerless yoga. You talk any yoga, they all give name. We are so happy to take credit and give a name, but no text talks about it. So we don't teach all those things with props, because props means you are making your body strain and using that as support. Now, if you can't do, see, this is a Kandarasana or Dvipadapidam. If you can't do, why you're doing this? You do lesser asana, better get strength, then you do. But you are putting this under it and you're lifting it, which is not, we are not convinced about all these things. So our course planning, what is a course planning means? Suppose somebody beginner coming, in what way I need to plan the course? What is my today starting point? What is my tomorrow? What I will give? After 1 month, what will I give? How I should travel in that way? Or somebody's intermediate comes, or somebody advanced practitioner comes, how to plan? Now I know 81 asanas, how to juggle it, how to keep the first asana, how to design the second, third, fourth, how to form a sequence, which is called course planning. Designing a structured course for different people. For example, see, somebody is a school teacher. Anybody school teacher is here? If you're a school teacher, you will be standing most of the time, right? Nowadays people don't give seat to sit. At least 5-6 hours you need to stand. Suppose a teacher is coming to you as a yoga teacher. They say school teacher is telling, I want to learn yoga. And there is an IT professional who is always sitting. And is totally seated. When he goes to the morning till evening, just sitting in front of the computer. Now, how will you give a list of asanas to this school teacher and the IT person? This is totally different. So we'll be teaching you how to, for every profession, remember, whatever asana pranayama we are giving, it should be based on that profession. Why it is based on the profession? Because most of the time they are into that profession. If you make this school teacher to stand and start doing all the asana for 45 minutes, you are increasing the problem. Already she or he is standing for 6 hours. You are giving more standing asanas. If you do that, you are aggravating the problem. You are not solving the problem. So we'll be covering many cases, many scenarios like this, and how to do it, how to sequence, how to give more importance to function by changing the form. For beginners, intermediate and advanced practitioner, different walks of life. See, for example, there is a day-to-day we are seeing, like school teacher, there are students, or there are people working in shops. There are people who are working and doing some social activities, and there are top management people who never use, just simply go in office, just sit and come, very little walking. If you take any condition based on their profession, we will design, we will tell you how to structure the course plan, because learning 100 asana or 500 asana is easy, but how to use those asanas for the benefit of that person, that needs little knowledge to it. So the course plan we are following with traditional rules. It's not like simply you can put, if you ask question, we will answer you. If in the course plan comes, you can ask any question. Why I am putting this asana? Why not that asana? So we'll be following all the traditional rules, and everywhere we'll be giving proper rest and counter poses. We'll be teaching you a separate session for importance of rest. Rest is not simply what we may just move it off, or we may just ignore it. No, the rest or the shavasana is very, very important, and the counter poses, because whatever postures you do, it gives you both majority good effect, little bad effect also. You need to remove that bad effect. If you start doing only forward bending postures, what will happen? Your spine will be bending in only one direction. So you should know what is the counter pose and how to incorporate that in the course planning. We'll be covering that also. So finally, on the pranayama, which is the most important part, that means the ratios. All of us know pranayama, but how to build the capacity? See, somebody is coming to a certain capacity. By giving pranayama, you need to increase their lung capacity. Because the more you increase the breathing capacity, they will have more holding capacity. The more they have holding capacity, they comfortably breathe, or they can inhale and hold for more. If you have that kind of capacity where you can hold for a long time, that is the goal of pranayama. The goal of pranayama is hold. To hold, which is the final thing, how to increase my ratio. What is ratio? That is inhalation, exhalation. Suppose I inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 5 seconds. It is seen as normal. If I inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 10 seconds, fantastic. My lungs is very good. But if I inhale for 5 seconds, exhale for 3 seconds, that means very terrible. My lung is not good. Always your exhalation should be more than inhalation. Suppose somebody comes with 5 inhalation, 5 seconds inhalation, 3 seconds exhalation. how to make it 5-3 to 5-10. Ultimately 5-10, 1:2. That's what we say. That means your exhalation should be double than inhalation. You may be inhale for 10 seconds. When you inhale for 10 seconds, then you should exhale for 20 seconds. That means you are perfect. But how to build that ratio? We'll be covering all those things, how to build the ratios. Because we should remember in Hatha Pratipika and Yoga Sutra clearly says it is like taming a wild lion or elephant or tiger. If you play with the pranayama, the effect will be more negative. One day I'm doing, one day I'm not doing, one day I'm doing for 10 minutes, other day I'm doing, not doing, next day I'm doing for 1 hour. This will very greatly damage the system. So you have to increase the ratio very slowly. Over the period of 3-4 months, you can attain a certain milestone. So those things we'll be teaching here, which most of the people don't get this. Most of the teachers, I'm sure, they'll not be knowing this is taught in Krishnamacharya Yoga tradition, which will be teaching that. And finally, we'll be covering Yoga Nidra and meditation, because Yoga Nidra is that one which you can give to anyone, right? To a child or an old person or middle-aged or a student or stressful person or stressless person, doesn't matter. Whatever wake of life, you can give Yoga Nidra and meditation. Remember, we don't teach actually meditation, but we teach meditation. Both are true. That means whatever we teach is not any serious meditation. It's a very, very basic and very important thing anybody can do. We have taken so much caution in preparing the syllabus so that it should not end up giving negative thing to anyone. So all these things are very safe practices suggested by great masters. We have taken that in Yoga Nidra and meditation. That's why we are not explaining more, because people are more interested in meditation than asana. It is simple curiosity. This curiosity will not go anywhere unless until we follow yoga as science, as a very serious one. Then only it will be useful to us. Otherwise, it will not. So anybody interested, you can join us. It's a free only. It's not a paid program. What we need back is only sincere participation, as much as possible online. But I know this is happening on weekdays. Most of you cannot do. But if it is that is the case, please attend the recording. We'll be giving a recording of that day also. Actually, we did not have any notes. So we try to do that. We are trying to create some PPTs. Actually, this program we have planned to a small group of people. Somebody requested, so we planned for a small group. Then we thought, why to give a small group? Since online is there, we'll share to everyone. That's why it started. So we'll be discussing a lot. We don't know whether we'll be giving all the material, because material is not there. But we are 100% sure whatever your doubt, we will not skip it. We will answer that to the core. We will try to create some material. Like after the lecture, we want to transcribe that. When we do transcription, we will get all that what we talked will be coming, but it will take little time to give that notes. But when we give the recording, it is there. You can always listen. If you want, you can take notes. That's left to you. But this is the first initiative by us. Want to start this. Once we progress further, maybe after some time, we'll be having required material. So any questions? Anybody wants to ask any question?
What is the timing?
What is the timing?
What will be the timing for this?
On the weekdays, Monday to Friday, it is 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. And
Okay.
every day night, 7:30 p.m. to 9 p.m. except Tuesday and Friday. Tuesday and Friday, evening class will not be there, but day class will be there. And I also try to stick to the schedule, follow. Maybe 1 or 2 days, I also need to take off for any emergency. Otherwise, we'll stick to the schedule. This schedule we prepared for the small group. I said, no, very small group we planned. Already I committed, so I'm unable to change it. Maybe in the next batch when you come, definitely we'll make it little leisurely. I know this seems to be a very strong thing. Every day 3 to 4 hours is not that easy, but we'll be covering the basics. So no need to worry about it. When you come here, when you listen once, we'll make sure by listening once, you will get the essence. And recording is there, you can slowly listen to it. And this is not nothing, right? This is not certificate oriented. If somebody needs certificate at the end, we will discuss that later. But this is not certificate point of view. There is no time limit. I need to complete in 1 month. We just put it, whenever it gets completed, it will be completed. So because somebody is asking question and unable to understand, we'll be teaching more till the question is answered. It's not like today I need to finish the syllabus, run off. No. So we'll go slowly. Whatever detail we'll teach it. So
Sir,
please
will
invite
we-
your, yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sorry,
Yes.
sorry to interrupt.
Sir, we will get PPT.
Which PPT, ma'am? Today's PPT?
No. What that
Yeah, I'm preparing some material I'll give, but I'm not yet started. Only tomorrow I need to start. Whatever I have material, I'll share with you.
and we have to attend both the classes, morning and evening.
See, that's why I said you have to, if you attend live, that will be the best thing. First option, the best option, attend everything live. Please spare some time for you. You want to learn something. So second best is attend live as much as possible, but don't miss the recording. Third thing is, even if you are unable to attend both, please listen to the recording. But if you don't do that, in between, if you listen 1 to 2, you may get some benefit, but not the whole. But I cannot say this also, it's very difficult. I mean, in between day 2 hours, evening 1.5 hours, just we are trying.
No, I'm
Whichever way you
asking.
take benefit, we'll do it.
No,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm asking. Class is in morning and evening both
Yes.
on daily basis.
Yes. Both.
Okay.
Both. It's not repeat. It's same thing. It's repeat. See, maybe evening we'll be covering like anatomy. Morning maybe one asana session, 1 hour theory, something like that. It will go. So
Okay.
both, it's all continuous. If you miss it,
Okay,
please go
thank
through
you.
this thing.
Thank you,
Diet
sir.
we are not touching because diet is a very, very sensitive thing. I have not yet seen one person who is very sensible in giving the diet. Our modern kind of dietitian course will not work in yoga. It comes by experience. It comes from tradition. So we are not teaching anything regarding diet. If you want some basic suggestion, we'll give, but nothing as a kind of a prescriptive thing. No, we are not qualified people to talk about diet. I don't have any qualification. I don't have anybody. I cannot trust anyone also, because when we want to give something from my Bharat, my culture, we want to give authentic. So we'll not be touching about the diet. Any other questions?
Sir, morning, whenever I miss the class, I can take the recording on that day. I can listen to the recording and continue, is it not?
Exactly, ma'am. I'll be posting all the recording. You don't need to worry.
Okay,
When the
what?
class is over today evening, I'll be posting the recording.
But I am unable to join in that WhatsApp group. It says it has sent request for you to allow
When
me.
you tried, ma'am, you tried in the last half an hour, 1 hour?
Today as well as day before yesterday, I think I tried.
No. It is there. Everybody is joining. You
No,
note down my number. You know my number, ma'am.
I
You have
know.
my phone.
Yeah, I know, sir.
Please message me. Please put a WhatsApp
Oh,
and I will add.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Should
So
I
if you have any,
register? Is
yes,
there
ma'am.
any Google form to register for that?
Nothing, ma'am. Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing is.
Okay.
What I
Actually,
require is if you have you may be a teacher, you may be finding somebody, want to give help somebody, please do that. Or you can join, or you can ask your anybody,
sure,
whomever is needing
sure,
it.
sir. Actually,
Yes,
I
sir.
was attending your class a few months back regularly. In between, my mother was not well and I couldn't attend regularly, and she passed away now. So, luckily today I saw the message that no class is there, so I joined.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank
Sorry
you,
for
sir.
it. Yeah.
Thank
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry to interrupt. I would like to know there will be physical classes, sir, like because maybe in the nature of the place where we are in. So would like to know whether there will be just a hearing or but also some physical classes.
Yes, there is a demonstration class will be there, because asana, when we teach 81 asana, we want everyone to do. Because when you do, if you have doubt, we'll be clarifying. But some asanas, if you can't do, we'll also advise you not to do. So that's left to you. If you want to doing is better. But if you are in a place where you cannot do demonstration, please go through it or watch it and you try to do the same asana whenever you are comfortable. So that will not be compulsory. See, we are not sticking to that what you follow, because when I want to give certificate, I need to worry about it, right? So we are not going to give any certificate. If somebody is so sincere, then we'll discuss. If really you want some certificate, we are
No,
not
sir,
international
it's not
or
about the
anything.
certificate, because the reason is like, once and we know that yes, we need to have the preparation or a setting or a right ambience to prepare ourselves, to be not only be sitting and listening to you, but also like if consciously like we have to do something that might be some amount of privacy. So that's the reason why I've asked.
Yes, you can do. If you feel it's not possible, your surrounding or ambience is not supportive, you don't need to do. You can watch and do it later. But if you have any doubt, you can always ask us. Whatever asana we teach, we'll be teaching in detail.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Sir,
sir.
you said pranayama has to be practiced with consequence, sir, but discomfort makes some days we have fever like that, cold like that. How we continue, sir, on that day?
No, I don't understand. What is it? Pranayama?
Sir, you said pranayama has to be practiced daily without pain,
Correct.
but if we have some discomfort like fever or illness or something like that, how we continue that, sir?
See, when you have fever or you are unable to do, there is a see. One thing is practice means every day you should not miss. Suppose I have some bottleneck, we will also suggest you what to do. If you are unable to do Kapalapati, suppose you every day you're doing Kapalapati or Bastrika, you got fever, you cannot do. You can do Nadi Shodhana, you can do abdominal breathing. So pranayama practice should be continuous. Maybe in the pranayama few practice you cannot do, that is different. But if you completely avoid, then it's very dangerous, because again next time when you start, we give a gap. Next time after a week, if you start again, you start slowly. You cannot again continue from where you left. That will be more dangerous.
Okay, thank you.
Any other question? No question.
During the entire course, how can we support you?
By attending the class, at least through recording or live. That's a great support. If any of you feel it is worth after attending maybe 1 month, 1.5 months, then if you want to some financially you want to help, that is okay. That's optional. But that's always secondary. The primary thing is I want all people, whomever you know, please try to help. We want to increase the group. Today all of us would have spent more time to learn. When we share, when it goes to more people, it's good. That's the main motive. Other thing, if you want to volunteer, help us in any way or help through money, those things are different. That's in the end, if you feel whatever thing, we'll open to you. But primary thing is we need your presence. That's it. And please enroll more people. That's it.
So will there be a separate link posted in the group where we
Yeah, we'll be
have
posting.
it regularly? Okay.
There is a Microsoft Teams link we'll post in the group. So nothing to worry, ma'am. You can note, you will be knowing my number there. Anything you can message me privately also, or in the group you cannot do. But in the thing we'll be going with Teams. Any difficulty you can always reach. Whichever number you are getting the message, you can call. Both are my numbers, so I'll be attending that. Yes, Shashank sir, you said something.
Sir, I'm already in the group, sir. Thank you.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, Shashank sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, that what is that? Shat creation, sir. Shat creation cell. Yeah, there's some nadi like Jalaniti will be there. So that all will be done like any equipments we need to.
Yes. So we will not be teaching anything on Shatkarma, practicals. No practicals. Remember, these things has to be learned from the teacher in person. This is only theory, because if you want to become a yoga teacher, if you don't know what is Shatkriya, Shatkarmas, then it won't be good. So it is only theory, no practical. Remember, practical only safe thing we'll do. Nothing unsafe. We don't want to teach all thing and make you to no. We will first follow the basic procedure. No Shatkarma will be taught. Even the LSP, what we do in our ashram mandal, it can be taught, but no, that needs separate discipline. You will be knowing intellectually what is there. If you want to learn, please go and attend some workshop people are conducting. Go there, personally learn that. That's more better. If little goes something wrong, then because it needs a lot of side effects also. There are contraindication. Who should do, who should not do. Let's not try no Shatkriya. We'll be trying practical. Only asana.
Thank you, sir.
But more about like this, towards spiritual dimension, towards ultimate well-being, towards my flowering, the ultimate, the self-realization, only towards that we'll be focusing everything, so that it's a spiritual process. I don't do asana as asana, but I do asana as my spiritual process. We want to get there. So that's the way we'll be touching all the topics.
Sure, sir. I'll be joining, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Hariom, sir.
Hariom. Yes.
Sir, while doing Surya Namaskar, you are connecting breathing, no, sir. For instance, while inhale and coming down, we are exhale. So can we say pranayama is connected to asanas there, sir?
Pranayama is?
Connected to asanas in the Surya Namaskar.
Yes. See, in Ashtanga, everything is interconnected, ma'am. Asana is connected to pranayama. Pranayama is everything is interconnected. That's why everything has its own individual discipline. If you do pranayama, you can see there in asana you can incorporate pranayama. That's why before getting into individual pranayama technique, you should know how to follow the breath in asana. If somebody cannot know when to inhale, when to exhale in asana, how to teach pranayama for them? It's of useless. So it's all connected. We'll be going through in detail. You can argue also there. You can create a debate. Why should I do that? Why should I do that? If we know, we'll be answering. If we don't know, both of us will try to find an answer. So we encourage more question. If you ask more question, that's good for everyone to learn, because this is not university syllabus we need to complete, right? Let us extend another 1 more hour by asking more question, finding more answer. So it will be like learning together. It's not like I give something lecture, you need to listen. No, we are all teaching. We are all seekers. Somebody know little here and there. I may teach something which I know. You may teach something which I do not know. So it's a mutual thing, but we should stick to the authenticity. Whatever we are giving here, it's as per the Guru Shishya tradition. It is not no deviation. I will not do anything of my own. Even if you have somebody attended our Yoga Sutra class and all, whatever slide I put, whatever word I write, example will be mine. I would have selected some example, but the words exactly is all from great masters, because we don't have any authority to change anything. I change this asana like this, that asana like this. It's a crime. When you know spiritual thing, it's a crime. It's all given by tradition thousands of years. Who are we to do and change all those things, which we will not do?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you can join the WhatsApp group by messaging me, and somebody unable to do asana. Suppose you delivered a baby, somebody has written a message, you don't need to practice. Please listen to that. Practice, you can make it later, because this video will be available to you, and this knowledge, if you gather, whenever you're fit, you can start doing practice. We'll tell you like how to start a practice, right? When we do a course planning, we'll tell you, if your condition is there, I've recently delivered a baby, or I have this much weight, or I have diabetes, then we'll get you what kind of course planning, so that after, when you're perfect, fine, out of the ailment, not out of diabetes. Okay, diabetes you need to do, but certain ailment you cannot do that time. So you plan your own practice and do that. See, for example, I had a lot of problems. I cannot do Surya Namaskar for 3-4 years. I had a back disc problem. 2-3 years I tried various advices. Whenever I did Surya Namaskar, even 2 Surya Namaskar if I do, next 2 months my lower disc problem will come. So I just throwed everything. I sat and decided my own course planning. I prepared my own course planning. After 1.5 years, I started doing first Surya Namaskar. Now I'm doing 6 Surya Namaskar every day. It took me 3 to 4 years to get into 6 Surya Namaskar without any problem. Before that, I was also struggling. One day, for so energetic, so happy, when you do Surya Namaskar, it's so energetic. I do 2 or 3. Next day, again, next 2 months, I cannot do. This mistake everybody will do. So I will give you a proper planning. You decide on this 81 asana, what is my health condition, what I can do, what I can do, how to start with this. All these things we will tell you, so that you plan yourself. When you can plan for yourself, you can plan for somebody else also. That's the real purpose of this. It's not like to hold the knowledge. Whatever we know, we will share it to you. It doesn't matter, whatever. Tomorrow you teach to 1,000 people, it's good, right? We don't want to hold, because whatever we got, it is not ours. Somebody gave us the knowledge, we are giving to you. Nothing belongs to us. So we will give you whatever we know. You utilize whatever you want to utilize in whichever way. Website details, mybharath.org. www.mybharath. mybharath.org. If you go to our website, there is a resource or knowledge bank. If you go there, we are uploading slowly. You will get a lot of study material. For example, I think, I don't know what is there and all. I need to upload more. About Yoga Sutras, there are overview, those slides or materials are there. So if you are going to our website, please visit that knowledge bank. You can click it. You will find this there. There you can click it. You can download those things. So you find. So we'll be uploading more. Whatever we prepare, we'll be uploading more. Maybe another 6 months, we'll be uploading a lot. So if you go to website, please go there. Other things is for just this thing, but this will be useful to all. So www.mybharath.org. Or you can mail me mbmc, mybharath, my culture, mbmc.india@gmail.com. Or my number is 98403-94093. You can also message me. Any more questions?
Good evening, sir.
Yes, good evening, sir.
Just wanted to reconfirm, do we have to attend classes both the time, morning, evening, both?
Sir, you need to listen to the recording if you're unable to attend. So that's left to you. But please try to listen to everything. You don't need to attend everything. If you have time, please attend everything. If you don't have time, attend as much as possible. But before teaching to someone, please go through all our recordings. Suppose we have 40, 50 hours session. I don't know how many hours is going to do. If you want to go through everything, if you go through, then you will gain a lot of knowledge to how to teach, what is that you are lagging, what is a new thing you learned, and all that will be better. Otherwise, attending our classes is not compulsory. If you have time, please do it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. That's why we said we are not giving certificate. If I give certificate, we need to worry somebody to be qualified, whether I've done all the class or not. We're not giving, so you can attend on your own. Okay, thanks a lot. Being Sunday, so many people are there. I know I need to thank all of you for this Sunday and coming and attending. So we'll try to continue our course, and whatever is that, we'll start sharing in the group. We want to get into a kind of discipline, sending something every day, but that discipline has not come to us because I'm only alone to do many things. We'll do slowly, but definitely within next few years, we'll be conducting many courses, doing many things with God's grace, with all your support. So thanks a lot once again. We'll get into the Yoga Foundation course 8th December onwards. In between, if you have any doubts, anything, please don't hesitate to reach me. Hari Om, Namaskaram.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Hari Om.